Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today with the April video for our Brightly Sampler Sew Along from our Family Favorites book. This is the most easy, relaxed sew along that you'll find, and we are making just 2 blocks a month, but we're also repeating those blocks in the following month. But this is a new block, and I'll show you this month's blocks. I'll do a recap of the other blocks that I've made so far, and I'll be showing you my blocks in red and green fabrics from Raspberry Summer, but I'll also be showing you the blocks in the original quilt made with Laguna Sunrise. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. First, just in case there's anyone who is new here, we are doing the Brightly Sampler from our Family Favorites book. This is a book that my daughter Chelsea and I did with Fat Quarter Shop. It actually has 4 sampler quilts included, and you can actually see them all on the back cover. And there are also some pillows and pin cushions, and some of the blocks are in a couple of different sizes. The pin cushion blocks are mini versions of some of the bigger blocks. But anyway, this has just been a fantastic, it's a great block book if you're a new quilter, or even if you're just a more intermediate or advanced quilter looking for some great projects. Okay, so we have a schedule that you can actually also download. It shows our very easy schedule. We're basically just making 2 blocks a month, and we will be finishing the quilt at the end of August with the sashing and finishing. And there's also a coloring page that you can kind of fill in if you're worried about your color placement. So we have links to download all of these from Fat Quarter Shop, and you do need the book to sew along. Okay, so this month we are making 2 Kaleidoscope blocks, and we're also making those same blocks next month. So I've actually got all 4 of mine to show you. But first I'm going to show you the 4 Kaleidoscope blocks in the actual quilt, because I know a lot of you are sewing along with Laguna Sunrise. So this is one of them right here. So the Kaleidoscope block is basically a square and a square center, and then you make 4 flying geese units and 4 half square triangles. So that's one of them. Let me find the next one. It's right here. So our square and a square, our flying geese, our half square triangles. Then we've got 2 more in the quilt. And let's see, one is right here. Square and a square, flying geese, half square triangles. And the final one is over here. And the same thing, the square and a square, the flying geese, and the half square triangles. Okay, so I'm going to pull my blocks now and show you. I'm actually going to set this aside. I'm using Raspberry Summer fabrics, and I'm using just the reds and greens. So first I made these 2 first, because I made flying geese units with my red fabrics, and then I made my square and a square and my half square triangles with my greens. And if you remember from looking at the quilt, those centers were low volume prints. I kind of wanted to keep this a little bit more crisp and clear, and so I just went with my tone on tone for the centers of all of these blocks. So these are my 2 with that colorway, and then I also made 2 where I reversed it. So I did the green flying geese, and then I used red for the other units, and again the green flying geese and red for the other units. So I'm really excited about this quilt. It's going to be so fun to have a red and green sampler done in August. I'll just go ahead and remind you about the other blocks real quickly, and then I'm going to come back and show you the pressing on that. But here, the half square triangle blocks, I changed it up. I did one green and red, and you can also go back and watch all the videos. Then we have this fun chain block. And basically I'm doing everything kind of 2 red, 2 green, and then switching it around. With these I did use some of the low volumes. And there we go. Okay, so now I want to be sure and show you, and I've got a few of Chelsea's in here, but I don't have any new ones from her to share with you today. Okay, but I did want to share the pressing. So again, I pressed my half square triangles open. It's fine if you want to press those to the dark, the way this quilt is laid out, because they aren't going to be running into any other seams anywhere. So if you want to have, don't want to have that shadow right there, you want to press everything to the dark, you can actually go ahead and do that on this quilt. I usually make my half square triangles ahead of time and I just press everything open. So that's why I did it this way. And the flying geese are made in the traditional way, pressed out toward the sky units. And then the square and a square also pressed out toward the prints. Now I did use the mini simple folded corners ruler to make my square and a square units, and I just love that ruler. It makes it super simple. You don't have to draw any lines that way. The direction, you use the exact same size pieces that the pattern calls for in the book, and you can use that ruler, and it just makes these go together lickety split. And we do have a video where I demonstrate that ruler for you as well. So anyway, I'm super excited about these blocks. We will have everything linked in the description below in case you're new or are just now deciding, hey, I want to start this sew along. We'll have everything linked for you. And then we will not have a video in May, but we will be back at the end of June with the final block. And then we'll also come back in August and talk about putting it all together. So thank you to everyone who's sewing along. It's really fun to see all of your blocks in our Sherri and Chelsea Facebook group and on social media. And it's just really fun to see all of your fabric combinations. Okay, so that's it for the April version for our Brightly Sampler Sew Along with our Family Favorites book. Again, the 2 blocks for this month, you'll be making the same 2 blocks next month for May. So we will actually be back with our next video at the end of June, where we'll be sharing the final block for the sampler. If you enjoyed today's video, please share it with a friend, hit the like button, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for stopping by.